There is still, even though we know that you mostly understand that you do create your own reality and that everything is based upon attraction, attraction, attraction. So it's really about contouring your thoughts, or maybe an easy way of saying it is contouring your mood so that you are accomplishing and maintaining a vibrational point of attraction that then allows you to see, allows you to receive impulses, allows you to have good timing and happily ever after, happy, pleasant experience. So there is not anything in the world wrong with expressing your appreciation for life in a way that others can observe it, because often others are uplifted by what they witness from you. But it's a big responsibility, one that if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would not take, and one that as we are standing in the shoes of your non-physical beings, we do not take, where we do not assume the responsibility for your happiness. We just express our own in a way that if you tune into it, you can be on the same vibration of it, and you can then experience not only the benefit of your own happy thoughts, but the benefit of our happy thoughts. Tuning, law of attraction, tuning. That's really what it is all about, isn't it? But in your physical senses, in your physical experience, with your physical senses, you become, you don't mean to, but you are, and then you foster it with one another. You become dependent on what others are doing, how others are feeling, and most of all, how others are feeling about you, which puts you in a very challenging position, because now you are dependent upon what somebody else is doing with their focus, with their alignment, over which you have no control. So you've already acknowledged you want law of attraction to do what it does and attract to you who you are. What more is there for you to do other than be who you are? Because there's a tendency, and there's a little bit of it present within you. It almost is present with anyone who's a teacher and a known to be born uplifter. You want to sort of look out into the world and find those who are a little needy and help them. And can you feel how all that does is water down your alignment and make your point of attraction be less aligned than it was? And then you find yourself surrounded by people who are pretty needy and pretty dependent. So while it seemed a little harsh and we were having a little fun when we say do it yourself, it really is what we are teaching with all of this. In other words, when you understand that you are an extension of source energy and that you have your own personal connection to this powerful source of well-being, and you discover on your own, because it doesn't work for you if others just tell you you've got it, or if others demonstrate to you that they've got it. You've got to find a way to get it too, which means you have to know what that alignment feels like. You have to catch yourself in the act, whether it was deliberate or indeliberate, of being in alignment, and then you have to acknowledge, oh, this is what it feels like. This is what clarity feels like, and I like it for all of these reasons. And this is what happiness feels like, and I like it for all of these reasons, you see. This is really not something that you can force or assert into someone else's experience. It's something that you know, that you understand, that you do your best to be in every waking moment, and till you accomplish the momentum of the steadiness of that state of being. And once you accomplish, and you do very readily, accomplish the steadiness of that state of being, that state of alignment, then others are drawn to you like moths to a flame. Not because you have something that they need, but because you are liking your vibration, and therefore law of attraction brings you together to celebrate. When you start looking for those who need, you always move your vibration into the vibration of need, and then you have nothing for them. Because you can't give your energy to someone else. You can only demonstrate your alignment to someone else. Now let's talk about this a little bit, because we're moving into a new conversation about law of attraction here. You ready for it? So, you understand that you get what you think about. Law of attraction is responding to your vibration. But do you understand that your inner being is a big part of you, and that law of attraction is responding to the vibration of your inner being? Now, since your inner being is aware of you, this is a question for you. Do you believe that the well wishes of your inner being about you are beneficial to you? We'll ask it again. But we just want you to be sure of your answer and why. Do you believe that the well wishes, that the good intentions, that the loving awareness that your inner being has for you, as your inner being holds you as object of attention, do you believe that those well wishes are of benefit to you? But wait, if Source is adoring you and has always, why have you not always thrived? Because it has never been other than what we have just stated. Source energy is always loving you, adoring you, wishing you well, and holding you as object of attention. So why would anyone ever not thrive? Isn't there another component that is necessary in order for you to be the recipient of the thriving? Don't you have to tune to it? Is it enough? You can make your prayers, you can ask for all you want, but unless you are of the inclination or in the moment of letting it in, then really, is Source powerful enough that Source can assert well-being into your experience when you are vibrationally different from the well-being that is being offered for you? This is an important conversation to have, isn't it? Because there are so many who are using this very subject as the reason for their feeling of inadequacy or not being blessed, as their feeling of unworthiness. If I were really worthy, Source must not be flowing well-being toward me because I'm not the recipient of it. And that is never, ever true. You are always the potential recipient of it, but you've got to tune to it. You've got to understand what it is. You've got to understand what it feels like. You've got to learn to hold yourself in the vibrational vicinity, at least of it, in order to know when you are allowing it in and when you are not. You following us? And did you move forward with the understanding? Does receiving feel different to you now than it did before? Are you ever again going to ask someone else to do it for you? Are you? Or are you going to take the glorious, satisfying responsibility of focusing yourself into the stream of well-being that has been flowing to you for a very long time? Now that brings us to the conversation of momentum. The more you allow it, the more you tune to it, then the more you sense it, the more sensitive you are to it, the more you know when you're not letting it in. But this we want you to understand from this point forward. It never goes away. This appreciation of you never goes away. Attention upon you never goes away. You are never under a bushel. You are never in a dark corner. You are never out of the gaze and out of the love and out of the benefit of this energy that creates worlds. It is always flowing to you. And there is a little bit of a problem that you create for yourself when you say you must come to this church to receive it, or to this synagogue to receive it, or to this well-being center to receive it. The well-being is stronger here than it is other places. And we say, no, the well-being is an equal opportunity across the board offering from source energy to all beings. And so you want to ask yourself, well, what is the difference between the thrivers and the sufferers? Why are some letting it in and why are others not letting it in? And we say, that's where you as teachers come in. You come in by expressing your knowledge that you thrive because you choose to and that they can too. And so that really is the thing that we want you to hold strong within you. That this is a place where we celebrate the alignment that we all easily can accomplish. It's not a place where we pretend like it's hard to accomplish, and unless you come here, you're not going to get it. So let's use the word satisfaction just for a moment, rather than the words fun or love or those wonderful experiences that you've discovered that you like. What is so satisfying about a new discovery? It satisfies a natural urge. It satisfies your natural intention. It satisfies your most basic intention for being focused here in this physical body. So if you were to flow back and forth between the words satisfaction and clarity, satisfaction and clarity, We think that you would find a rhythm of life that would just keep you really living happily ever after and absolutely fulfilling your reason for being. So often, people get fixated on problems of the world, and they mean well and they want to help. But as they focus upon these problems, their own personal vibration takes a dip, which puts them out of vibrational range of the clarity and the satisfaction that they have come here to experience. And so you have the formula there, don't you? So when we talk about satisfaction, what satisfaction always is you in this moment with your thinking mechanism, with all that you are, focusing vibrationally, which means thought-wise, focusing in such complete harmony with the thought that your inner being is having in the same moment about the same thing. Satisfaction is that harmony of thought. So what do you think is the reason for such satisfaction in finding a new question or in moving toward a new solution? It strikes the chord with the reason for your very existence. In other words, your existence and eternalness are all tied together. And so when you find something that you don't know the answer to, there's an exhilaration in that because your source, your inner being, is excited about you opening the pathways to more energy flowing toward more manifestations and therefore to more knowledge. We are just wanting to give you a taste of what it feels like to be in conscious connection to that ravenous inner being who understands the longevity of eternity. Is a long time. Eternity meaning that this variety and this contrast, which forms a new question or even a new problem, makes all of us ecstatic. And so we just want you to taste with us for just a little bit here. What are the emotional responses to your inner being ecstatic because you've opened a new door with new contrast and a new question, and you standing on the brink of it in some sort of maybe fear or wariness or unwillingness to move forward? If you can get so that you can feel what that feels like for your inner being to be excited about something and you to be holding it back, you have just unlocked the door to nothing being impossible. Because if this time-space reality has the wherewithal to cause you to ask the question or even to identify or create the problem, then you've opened the door to the solution. Now we're back around to the first question that we talked about here today. You've opened the door to the solution, but where are you in relationship to the solution? Are you a vibrational match to it? Are you hopeful about it? Are you willing to explore? And after a little while, this will no longer be a subject of topic by topic. That's possible, that's not. This is human dialogue. Well, that's possible, and that's not, and that's more likely, and that's less likely. You won't even be having those conversations because you will understand the way the universe works with such personal awareness and participation that anything that occurs to you that you would like, whether it is a personal solution or whether it is a solution for the world at large, your understanding of the not just possibility, not just probability, but the absolute probability of it coming about. Are you beginning to feel your invigoration? Are you beginning to feel the creator that you are? Are you beginning to understand the reason that you are here? Are you beginning to understand that you can't just sit around and not focus on anything and be exhilarated? That you really want to be out there with your thoughts and with your experiences and with your exposure to life and with your exposure to the new question so that you can feel the exhilaration of the new answer being turned into things through the vessel that is you?